Okay, hello YouTubers. I just wanted to uh, make a video response to, oh, I don't remember her name, but this girl, she posted about Mercy Ministries, and there's a lot of people saying that they're considering applying, and I would wish that you be cautious. Um, I went to Mercy Ministries 12, almost 13 years ago. I was a minor in the Nashville home. It was the only home that they accepted minors. And just, it has taken me this full 12 years to recover from all of the psychological abuse that they instilled on me. How do I explain it? Um, they make you doubt who you are. They make you doubt what you believe. They make you think that they are the only people that can help you. But at the same time, they keep telling you that they're denying you the full help until you get with the program. That's what they say. Gosh, it's hard to make a video. I've not made many of these. It's weird talking to a computer. I did graduate. I have a Mercy ring. But even like you go there and your whole goal the whole time you're there is the ring, the ring, the ring. You want the ring, you do whatever they say, you pray, you write the papers on, preaching tapes of Joyce Meyer and Nancy Alcorn, and you change yourself to fit their program, and still even that isn't enough. They encourage you to think their way, and if you challenge that at all, they pull back even more. And this whole time, they're telling you that they are the only people that can help you. They use a program, I believe it's called RAF, and they tell you that you are sick because your grandfather's grandfather committed adultery, and that's why you're sick. Or your dad, or your mom. They have you dig through your family history and every little bad thing that your family did wrong. That's why you're sick. And then you have to pray to cast the demons out, and supposedly it's supposed to make you better. And yeah, there isn't anything in the Bible about that. I am a Christian, and there is references in the Bible to sins of the father, but it really, they take it out of context. There are, sins of the father, like the Bible talks about, is, a man rapes a woman, and it, in the Bible, I don't remember the exact reference, but, like rape. A child comes from rape, and that child is going to have problems. And it's just mostly because of the trauma of its conception. Some women take it valiantly and they never put that on the child, but it's really hard to do. Or, for instance, in my case, my mother was neglected, her mother was abusive and an alcoholic. And so then they said that my mother was like that to me and my siblings because of her mother's sins. But we know today that a lot of addiction problems are genetic. It has nothing to do with past sins. And we tend to raise our children how we were raised. And it's our own choices that change this, not anything else. If you want The miracle of mercy, here it is in a nutshell. If you have anorexia, choose to eat. God loves you, so love yourself. Choose to eat. That's the only thing that's going to happen at Mercy. They will make you choose to eat. And if you choose not to eat and continue in your sinful ways, because that's what they're going to tell you your eating disorder is it sins of the Father, and it's sinful against God to keep starving yourself or purging. If you're a self-harmer, it's sinful to cut yourself. If you have depression, then you're sinning against God because you're choosing to be sad. If you are gay, that it is immoral and it's a sin against God. Yes, they do gayification. I saw girls there that they, were forcing them to grow their hair out. They had hair short like mine, forcing them to grow their hair out. They took them out and spent hundreds of dollars on a whole bunch of new, like, girly dress pantsuit type things, not the pants, but like the skirt suits and dresses. They weren't allowed to wear pants. They weren't allowed to wear sneakers. It's insane. It really is insane. And I spent 8 years searching for what they promised me. They promised me that once I was ready to graduate, that I would be able to stand on my own 2 feet and da da da. I mean, I was 16. Standing on your own 2 feet at 16 really isn't possible. But I went from mental health professional to mental health professional saying, this is what I need. This is what they told me I need. And nobody would give it to me. I went to church after church after church. Nobody even understand what I was talking about. The way they had me graduate was even abusive and manipulative. That's the bit. I think sometimes abusive is going a little too far. Manipulative. They're manipulative. They, I would make sure to do and I went there. I'm quite a large girl now, but I went there with, I had depression, which was understandably so. I was a 15-year-old whose parents had given me to my sister, who was abusive emotionally and physically. I had nowhere to go and didn't want to stay where I was, and brief stint in foster care taught me that that was even worse. So I was depressed because I felt stuck, and I was a teenager, and teenagers are depressed. Teenagers have mood swings. It's normal for teenagers. If you're a teenager and you're feeling fickle and your moods change every other minute, you don't really, most of you don't really have a mood disorder. It's just normal teenage angst. And some of you might not understand that now, but 25, 26, you'll get what I mean. Not that I'm saying that your feelings aren't real and you aren't really hurting. That's not what I'm saying. I understand that you're hurting. But I'm sure you've heard this from everybody. This too shall pass. Just a few years, your brain will mature and you'll just feel better. It's amazing. That year between 25 and 26, I was like, wow, all that crap is gone out of my head. So, anyway, yeah, they manipulated. I was suffering that last 2 weeks that I was there. I had pretty much constant hiccups. And they kept telling me, insisting that I was faking. That's the other thing, is they convince you that you are faking your feelings, you are faking your illness, you are faking your depression. They like implanted in your head. I've just now gotten rid of that. That it's okay if I have a headache. That's okay. But I don't need to try to pretend that I don't have a headache while pretending that I do have a headache. I don't know how they forced my brain to do that, but it was just strange. Like, you know, when I feel depressed, instead of just accepting that I feel depressed and taking a nap that day and just sitting quietly watching YouTube videos and just taking time for myself so my brain can recuperate from whatever stresses I'm having, they which is what I do now. I just accept what's going on and I roll with it. Well, I if 2 years ago now, if I was depressed, there was something wrong with me. It was really big deal rather than just the small deal it is. I mean, everybody gets depressed sometimes. I'm not explaining this right, but yeah, accepting that I am sick when I'm sick, accepting that I'm tired when I'm tired, that, oh, yeah. So anyway, the weeks that before I graduated, I was suffering from hiccups, which I now know today was a combination of having asthma symptoms, and I've learned now that for the last, since I was 13, have had sleep apnea. And at the time, I'm pretty sure that because the time of year it was in September, which in Nashville, September is hot and muggy. So I was having asthma symptoms on top of my sleep apnea, and so I wasn't sleeping well. And my body wasn't getting good rest, and I wasn't getting good oxygen at night, which was making me, when I was awake, having hiccups because my body was trying to force me to breathe more. Totally logical medical explanation. But they made me feel like I was faking. They wouldn't let me go on a trip to go visit a lake house or something, and they advertise it, but they wouldn't let me go visit the lake house, and I had to stay in my room back at the house. And literally the Monday after the lake house went, or maybe it was Wednesday, the Wednesday after the lake house trip, they hurriedly graduated me. And it wasn't the triumphant, like, hurrah, I finished the program, I'm all done, da da da. It was like, shove her out the door because we don't want to deal with her type of vibes that they gave me. And yes, I'm a Californian, so I believe in vibes. And then I was searching. And really, girls, if you have an eating disorder, that's why you're considering Mercy Ministries. They are not a treatment facility. They will not help you get over your self-image issues. In fact, they will make them worse. They will not help you get to the root of why your eating disorder started in the first place. I mean, there's lots of causes for eating disorder. Choose one of the different programs. A month is perfectly good if that's what you need. And most places will make you stay longer. Like Bermuda Ranch has an aftercare program. If they feel you need longer, they will have you stay longer. Renfrew also has an aftercare program. You're in the intensive inpatient for so long, but then aftercare. Go to a place where you can get to the bottom of why you have your eating disorder. Whether it's a fear of growing up, whether there was sexual abuse in your childhood, and you don't know how to get past it, so you want to stay in childhood until you can get past it. There's all kinds of reasons. Go help somebody figure out why you don't feel like eating, or why you feel like throwing up or why you overeat. So, if you have depression and you need medication, that's okay. Take it. And talk honestly with your therapist. If you're bipolar, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a chemical imbalance. When you figure out the right med, which I am bipolar, when you figure out the right med for you, uh, you'll feel better. And yes, I believe bipolars need meds. I believe people with depression need antidepressants for a time. Um, so, anxiety, it's a natural part of life. And yeah, I'm just encouraging you to seek other routes. Um, and also, when they say that it's free, it's not free. I mean, you don't pay for your treatment, but you have to pay for any medical care that you get. You have to pay for any medications that you get. You have to pay, you have to have somebody send you an allotment of money every month that covers your, so you go to Walmart, I don't know, most programs go to Walmart and a Christian bookstore. Some of them go to Walmart, a mall, and a Christian bookstore. They like take you out once a week. So if you want any snacks, then you have to have money. If you need, everybody needs shampoo, conditioner, letters, stamps, all that stuff. You have to buy it yourself. If you want a personal book to read, you have to buy it yourself. But mind you, you are not allowed any non-Christian music. You're not allowed radios. You are not allowed to watch TV, so you don't see the news the whole 8 months you're there. With the one exception, the only time I ever saw the TV on with news going is I was there during the 9/11 attacks. So that gives you an idea how long ago I was there, and that was the only time I saw the TV on. So yeah, big news like that, but you don't hear any other news. They are completely Christian. Christian books, Christian music, yeah, Christian clothes. You can't wear, Metallica t-shirt. You are forced to go to church. You are forced to worship with them. All of their classes, there's not about body issues or medications or anything like that. It is all preaching. All of it. All of it. So, I mean, yeah. In the mornings you get up, have breakfast, take your shower, do your chores, then there's worship. Then, and I'm positive it's exactly the same because I watched this girl's video. It's exactly the same as from when I was there. Worship, either a video or a speaker, then lunch, then prayer time, then worship, either video or a speaker, then dinner, then worship and a video or a speaker. And if you're underage, you go to class somewhere in there. And the class is, yeah, not really class. You'll fall behind in school. If you're there 8 months, you'll have to repeat that year that you were there. It's the only way to work. So, I hope this helps people make an informed decision. I'm doing great now. I have a great attitude. I love myself. I love my family. I love life. Nothing really gets me all that stressed out because I figured out that all that crap that they put in my head isn't true. And